Kansas City Chiefs could take advantage of this coaching carousel. Let's talk about that. Chiefs Kingdom ACU crew, how we doing tonight, ladies and gentlemen? How we doing? It's weird watching playoff football minus the Kansas City Chiefs. You know what it is, Mike? It's boring. It's sad. It's not even, doesn't even really feel like the playoffs, does it? I mean, people are going to miss the Chiefs being in the playoffs because this stuff sucks. But let's talk about that just a little bit. And then we'll get into this coaching carousel and how the Chiefs can take advantage of it and benefit from it. Because I think there's some good opportunities here for the Chiefs to take a step in a new direction and maybe get to where they want to be. Mike, let's talk about today's games just a little bit real quick.
Okay.
Right before we went live, I told you it would have been a perfect day almost if the Bills wouldn't have somehow found a way to win against the Jaguars, because that would have been funny to watch the Eagles and the Bills fall in the first round.
Yeah, I was absolutely rooting for the Jags. I think I really like – I've been to Jacksonville a few times in my life. I really like Jacksonville. I like the people in Jacksonville. I've never got to go to the stadium. I've passed it several times. Love Jacksonville. Love the area. I wanted them to win a little bit. I thought Liam Cohen done a hell of a job this year. I really like Travis Etienne. He looks so good today. Travis Etienne, the way he eat up that Buffalo defense almost made you really, really want a guy like that in the backfield for the Chiefs.
Right.
Now you can kind of see why people are wanting Jeremiah Love so much, why they're wanting to invest in a Breece Hall. But Travis Etienne's going to be a free agent this year too. So you can go get the guy that we watched today, huh?
Did you notice that running scheme is totally different than what we watch?
Absolutely. They were, man, we were saying when we were playing Buffalo, you have to take advantage of our speed with Brashard Smith and get outside. And that's what they were doing and killing Buffalo.
Killing them.
But Andy just cannot get over this inside zone over and over again. He just can't do it.
Right. And then the Bills won the game embarrassingly off of the tush push.
So embarrassing.
Which, guys, should not be a freaking legal play in this league. They have got to fix that. That is so stupid. Literally their entire final drive was get to third and fourth or short and then tush push. Get to third and fourth or short and then tush push. They turned into the Eagles. And it's embarrassing that that's allowed to happen. But whatever. But yeah, I haven't watched much of this game on right now. Last time I looked, it was tied at 3, the Patriots and the Chargers. So we'll see how that one turns out. But it was nice to see the Eagles go ahead and get sent packing in the first round. That was nice. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, it's still not fun without the Chiefs being in the playoffs. And, it's not just for us because we're Chiefs fans, but I know no one would ever admit it. But, it probably just feels wrong for people that don't like the Chiefs. Even the haters probably secretly deep down miss the Chiefs a little bit.
No, they love it. They've been talking about it all day. All these games have been close. Besides the Eagles, I think every team that was ahead going into the 2-minute warning to end the game in the fourth quarter lost. So you were getting all these comebacks. People are talking about how it's been great without watching the Chiefs, which I sort of understand that too. If you come from a Chiefs fan perspective, of course we want in there and we want to win every year. But if you look at how dominant we have been, we've got to be annoying to every other team out there. Those people that don't even have a team, they just want to see new people because the only game they watch every year is the Super Bowl. So they want to see new teams every year, but it's always just the Chiefs.
It's not about that.
But you see how hard it's been for the Chiefs. The Eagles told us they were the new dynasty, then they couldn't even get back-to-back. They couldn't even get to the second Super Bowl in a row.
What are they talking about? Anyway, here's my thing. I don't think it's about any of that. I think it's about fans of other teams knowing that the Chiefs are in there, they can't win. So it's like, if they're not in there, we have a chance.
Right.
So if Josh Allen were to pull one out of his ass this year, asterisk beside it. Because, literally, he didn't have to do anything.
We were told that you can't put the asterisk beside it because he beat all the other guys in the regular season. And then they couldn't even get to the playoffs. That's what we were told today on CBS or whoever aired that game.
I thought for sure that he was going to have his flagship interception on that last drive there.
I can't believe there's actually Chiefs fans out there that are rooting for the Bills and Josh Allen to win.
Yeah, don't do that.
They annoy me so much. I don't want to hear that from the stupid fan base.
Absolutely. There's 2 teams left in there that you don't want to win, okay? The Eagles are gone. Don't worry about them. You don't want Broncos to win. You don't want the Bills to win. Anybody else, I don't even care.
Yeah, anybody, I don't care. I was actually watching the 49ers game and the Eagles game today, and I kind of caught myself rooting for the 49ers because you kind of feel bad for them.
You hate the Eagles too.
You do hate the Eagles, and that is what also comes along with why people hate the Chiefs. The Eagles haven't been nowhere near as dominant, but you're already tired of watching them and the tush push and all that shit.
They're just boring annoying football. Yeah.
Yes, you don't want to watch it. So I'm like, good Lord, let's let them lose and get this over with. And you hate Nick Sirianni. That dude's the biggest douchebag ever walked. So
Totally.
So you're watching those games, and then you see like the Chicago Bears come back last night and beat the Packers, and you're just seeing all this like fun football, and you're like, hey, I'm a little disappointed because watching the Chiefs for the past 2 years is like watching paint dry with Andy Reid and these horrible schemes, and all these young offensive coordinators are coming in just lighting up scoreboards and making these games so fun.
Right.
And we just get this stale, old, draggy ass Patrick Mahomes, please save us offense. And it's just horrible to watch. But I'm watching the 49ers today, and I was like, I kind of want the 49ers to kind of win one this year. It wouldn't kill me because
you know what it made you want?
They literally had
down?
2 times and played some good Super Bowl games and just couldn't get over the hump versus the Chiefs. So it's like,
look, I care nothing about the 49ers winning. I don't, but I tell you what,
not really.
I tell you what that you wanted deep down by watching that. You said, I kind of like this offensive scheme a little bit. And if we could just get Mike McDaniel over in Kansas City and get him, get that brain going with Andy Reid. Yeah, like let them mesh that together a little bit and see what we can do. I think that's what you're
every day we go by, and we're going to talk about this in a few minutes. Every day we go by and you're not hearing any offensive coordinator news, you know for a fact all Andy's trying to do is weasel out a way to either keep Nagy if he don't get hired somebody else,
or put Dave Girardi in there,
or literally just take this like bum ass person from way lower in the ranks and just move them right up so they can be a yes man.
Hey,
it's so annoying.
I think I know a guy that coached in high school for a couple of years, and he's friends with my best friend.
Yeah,
it's his nephew, and I think he'd be a good offensive coordinator.
Yeah. Blue Springs High School's offense coordinator. My dad he played in college with his dad, and they worked over at the Jimmy John's. I think we'll do that. Like, shut up. Like, can we please get some people in here that know what they're doing?
Hey, make it happen. Make it happen, Brett Veach, or whoever has to pull the strings. Just make it happen. Mike Tiger Atlas says, boys, can we get a suck it for the Cheatles? Of course we can. Why not?
Suck it! Suck it! We got 2 words for you! Suck it!
Suck it, Sirianni. Suck it. You suck.
Sirianni is a doucher.
Yeah, he is. He's the most unlikable person. Is he going to
get fired? Do you think they're going to fire him this offseason? They're saying that they're going to try to go get Harbaugh. Harbaugh's like become this big name now.
Of course Harbaugh's a big name. We'll talk about that in a minute, but will they fire him? I hope so. Just because I don't like him, I don't want him to have bad things happen to him.
What if Andy Reid brings him to the Chiefs?
I don't want like real bad things to happen to him.
What if Andy Reid brings him to the Chiefs?
No.
He's been under the Andy Reid coaching staff before.
No, he wasn't. It was Todd Haley. Don't even.
Thank the Lord.
And guess who I hated more than anybody that ever coached the Chiefs?
Todd Haley. Of course.
Exactly. Think about that. That's the biggest group of douchers on the planet hanging out together. And that's why their team sucks.
Yeah, they were like, let's all get together and douche it up a little bit.
Yeah, come on now. Slamming Sammy Joe with a 2 bomb says Bain, Woods, Downs, Love, and Tate. What a draft. We're going to get them all?
Dude, Slamming Sammy is the most fired up person in the world about the draft. I'm talking like just draft.
Ready to roll.
Eats, breathes, sleeps, lives the draft.
Yep, Sammy's ready to roll.
I don't think Sammy's watched any other thing but these guys playing, like highlight reels and stuff. Love it.
Do it.
You got to do it.
Man, we've been digging in a little bit, and it's actually been nice for a change of pace.
Dude, I think it's crazy. It's January the 11th. You're still 2 months away from the NFL Combine, bro. And I'm like, wait a second. I'm still waiting for like measurables on these guys to be like legit, like down to the pound. And the height, and I'm like, I still got to wait 2 months to the Combine. Like, how bad were the Chiefs this year that they put us in this crappy position?
Yeah, dude.
I don't think we're hating on them enough for missing the playoffs. I think it's a monumental failure.
It is pretty bad. Kittle tore his Achilles. That's what happened to him.
Yeah.
Man, totally off subject, but on the subject of Kittle, that little Caesars commercial is pretty awesome.
What Little Caesars commercial?
The one where he rides in on the deer. You haven't seen that one?
I haven't seen that one.
Bro, it's great. They're eating 2 expensive pizza, and then he busts in on riding a deer, and he's like, "Here's 2 large ones for $4.99 a piece." And then they're like, "Oh, let's get a slice." And the deer's like, so goes on this sad thing about how only if he could, but he is nothing but a hooved creature, and he can't grab a slice of pizza and all this stuff. And then Kittle's just like, Bummer. Hands are the best. And that's the commercial. Yeah.
Who writes this crap?
I don't know, but it's a good one. It's a good one.
That was good. I'm gonna have to see it to believe it because I don't know about.
Dude, somebody vouch for me in the chat. I know one of y'all seen that Little Caesars commercial.
I don't know what you just explained to me, but I don't know if I love it.
It's the weirdest thing ever. The first time I watched it, I was like, what was that?
Kind of sounds like you're on an acid trip. Were you sick? Were you having like fever dreams? Like, was
No,
this
I've
real?
seen it like 15 times. Guys, somebody out there, let Mike know I'm not crazy, for the love of God. Anyway, Mike, let's get into a little bit of the coaching carousel. Let's talk about that a little bit because there's a lot going on. And here's what we know.
Hey,
Matt
nothing
Nagy
fires you up more than Nagy getting coaching opportunities, huh?
Matt Nagy has interviewed with the Baltimore Ravens successfully, as they said on their Twitter. He also has interviewed with the Tennessee Titans, the Arizona Cardinals, and the Las Vegas Raiders. Steve Spagnuolo got an interview with the Tennessee Titans, and we've talked about that before. And then the one that we hadn't talked about at all was Joe Cullen. I think you mentioned it briefly in a video that he got an interview for defensive coordinator with the Washington Commanders. So that's three big names on the Chiefs coaching staff there. Obviously, the main one is Matt Nagy. Everybody wants to see Matt Nagy get his walking papers in one way or another, whether it's under his own power or not. And you know, there's so many different coaches out there now floating around. And like you mentioned Harbaugh earlier, that's the marquee guy right now. He's the cream of the crop. Everybody wants John Harbaugh, right? So, I mean, this, you know, a lot of the coaches. So Raheem Morris got fired. Mike McDaniel got fired.
Yeah.
What's his name from Impractical Jokers from the Arizona Cardinals?
Yeah, the Cardinals coach.
What's his name?
Gannon? Sean? Wait, it's not Sean.
I don't know.
What's his name? I just call him
Rich
Murr.
Gannon.
I just call him Murr.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, there's a lot of guys have been fired.
Jonathan
so, I mean,
Gannon. That's his name, I think.
The waters are getting muddied for Mr. Matt Nagy. Like, he's got a lot of competition out there right now.
He does. He's got a lot of competition. But I tell you what, I think he's going and doing what he's doing. And I've said it before. Yes, I don't think he's a bad coach. I know that Gary Dieter has caused a ruckus on not Facebook, but X this week. He's taken some of the worst stances I've ever seen in my life.
What's Dieter doing?
He's just over there telling everybody like the fans don't know what they're talking about. Matt Nagy's a good coach. I mean, some of the stuff he says is probably right. Like, I think a lot of times we're all just kind of out of the loop, and I think Nagy really did become a scapegoat for a lot of stuff. Because
100%. Mike, we've talked about that.
Yeah, we've talked about that a lot before. But at the same time, fans are also not stupid. Like, we all sit around and watch this shit. Like, we know what's wrong.
Right, yeah.
Like, we're not dumb. We all knew that Mike Pennell was better than going and getting, moron back for the 15th time and giving up draft picks. But yet, that's what the Chiefs decided to do. We all knew sitting Najee Johnson's ass on the bench was a better idea than what they tried to do, moving heaven and earth during the preseason to keep him at the 53-man roster cut. We all know playing Jamari Connor's not good. Like, what the hell? Like, we don't need coaches to tell us that. We don't need inside info to see that kind of stuff.
It's like watching Bob Ross, right? But his paintings are shitty. Like, you can't even make out what they are. It just looks like a little kid's finger painting.
Together.
But no, but then you got guys that are like, well, you guys are wrong though. Like, he's a good painter. Bob's a good painter.
Bob Ross a bad painter though.
I just used him for an example. I didn't say he was bad, but I'm just saying,
okay,
like, it's the same difference with Nagy. It's like, yeah, he might be a good coach, maybe, but he's painting some shitty paintings right now.
It just doesn't work here. Like,
it's not good.
There has to be a change, right? When Bob's painting the mountain scene over and over again, we need a beach scene. We need something. And so I'd see where a lot of people were talking about Mike McDaniel, and then of course you had Tyreek Hill come along and be like, hate to break it to you guys, but he's not your scheme. He don't fit the scheme. It's like, well, that's kind of the point. I think we're all tired of the Andy scheme and not adapting to anything. Like, we kind of want some new blood in here to give some at least new wrinkles here.
Dude, that's the thing, and that's all we need. Like, I know a lot of people's just like, gut it and burn it all down and rebuild it and all this. And I understand that sentiment. I do. But at the same time, it's like, we just need to, like, tweak some things.
They've fired in 2 weeks Connor Embry and a defensive quality coach. That's all we've done. They didn't get rid of Pinkston?
Over.
No, That's turned out to be a rumor. It's not ever been confirmed just yet.
Come on, guys.
So that's what I'm saying. They're not going to commit to doing nothing like that.
No,
as long as you keep
we need
Andy's keeping the same status quo. And that's what I keep saying. If you all want to keep giving Andy another year and saying he deserves it, well, then you're going to sign up for more of the same. Now, the point is, can more of the same turn into us winning games? But that just turns into Patrick Mahomes being miraculous every freaking play.
Potentially, but I mean, I do think if you get an offensive coordinator in here that has Matt Nagy is literally just mini Andy Reid, right? I mean, he's been doing that offense for so long.
He's a mouthpiece.
Right. It's the same thing. So if you get somebody in here that's just a little bit different, then at least they approach things differently.
Right.
Like I feel like Matt Nagy probably approaches every game playing the same way Big Red would. Like 100%. They're like on the same wavelength. We at least need a different perspective and different ideas. And like I've said before, I think Andy's stubborn, but I do think Andy is okay with probably trying some new things out. I don't think he's like going to shut people down. I think he would definitely try some things. So they've got to do something to switch it up a little bit. And
I see you wearing that Kentucky football shirt today.
You got to rep even when they suck, brother.
Hey, what'd they do? They went out and they got rid of not Bob Stoops, but Mark Stoops.
Yeah.
Who had come in and done a decent job, but he just got stale. And then what they do, they went out and they went to Oregon and got one of the best offensive coordinators in the game and Will Stein, and they're giving him a shot. At least you got teams like Kentucky trying to get over the hump. Like the Chiefs just kind of want to be just stale and just live with it. It's kind of like, we got old bread, but we're not going to throw it away. We're just going to put it in the toaster and toast it so you don't notice it's stale.
We're making some weird comparisons today.
It's okay. We like toasty bread.
Our boy Flapjack with the 2. So this feels as good as winning the Super Bowl. EAGLES, Eagles. Fly, birds, fly, baby. Let's go.
We got to walk a fine line here because honestly, you can't let the Broncos turn around and win this. You'll never hear the end of it. You can't let the Patriots get back on top either. You'll never hear the end of that either.
That's a bad one.
Look, we just finally got them to shut up after all those years.
Yeah. Yep.
So there's certain teams that you just can't. And I thought the Jags were a team that, if they won, I'd have been kind of happy for them.
It's kind of whatever,
They're not that annoying. Like, their fans aren't that annoying. Now, I
mean,
do
they
know
can be,
any team that wins this year, their fan base will become annoying because they will be like, oh, yeah, we're the new dynasty when they haven't done anything, right?
Our boy Greg with the 5 bombs to send me an awesome birthday gift. I'll be 53 on Tuesday. Let's go, Greg. Happy birthday, brother.
53, man.
Mike, give him an awesome gift right now.
I'm not singing to Greg. That's the worst birthday gift possible. I got
Why wouldn't you sing to Greg? What did Greg ever do to you?
Got some
besides support you.
Bubblegum balls I can throw out or something. I mean,
what did Greg ever do besides support you, Mike? And you won't even sing him a birthday song.
I just can't. I'm just not in the mood to sing.
Your voice is rough.
I can't
You've been sick,
man.
I thought you had the voice of Fergie and Jesus mixed together.
Right now, I got the voice of somebody who smokes 17 packs a day.
Yeah, baby. Hey, Pops is in the house, baby. Let's go. Get that train rolling in. Get you one of them gifted memberships there.
Gifted going.
I sure hope I didn't. Okay, I was making sure that thing wasn't looping. I didn't know if I could handle that train again. But, if we could get it going, that's fine. Appreciate you, old man. Well, see, holler at your boys sometime, by the way. Haven't even seen you since Christmas around here.
Pops is busy. He's busy. We didn't talk about any of the coaching hires with everything that happened. Like, obviously, Chiefs Kingdom doesn't care if Matt Nagy goes. I think they would be a little more upset if Spags took a job, but I don't think losing Spags would also be the end of the world either. I don't think it's like
that one's a hit.
What do you think about
Spags is good?
What do you think about Joe Cullen interviewing with the Commanders for DC? Like, I honestly think that would be a good hire.
Good for Joe Cullen.
Yeah, I think that would be a good hire for the Commanders. But
I don't think our defensive
Joe Cullen's time.
I don't think our defensive line is been successful enough for me to worry too much about Joe Cullen.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would agree with you, but I think if you do a little bit of logical thinking here, and I've done that because I was pretty rough with Joe Cullen.
You don't logically think? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I do. Over the past few days, I've really been thinking about this and looking into it. And if you honestly think about what Joe Cullen, he's been here since 2022. If you think about what they've given him to work with, it's been crap. Like, why are we expecting Joe Cullen to do anything well?
Dude, I'm okay with Joe Cullen being here. I don't care. I don't think he was on my list of people that needed to be fired or anything like that. But at the same time, I'm not going to cry if he leaves.
No, it's not the end of the world, but I've seen a lot of people be like, Joe Cullen doesn't develop nobody. Well, Steve, can you name me anybody that Joe Cullen's had a chance to develop that should have been easy to develop? The only one I can really think of off the top of my list, off the top of my head, this is who Joe Cullen has been able to here's who they've drafted for Joe Cullen to develop since 2022. We got Carl Loftus, who honestly, Carl Loftus has come on pretty well. I mean, he was never going to be that elite guy. That's why he fell out of the top 5-10 draft picks. It's just simple. But I think what he's done has been okay. The only other round one pick they've ever taken is Felix Anudike-Uzomah, and I don't think it was Joe Cullen's I don't think it was his idea to make this guy gain a bunch of weight and try to set the edge.
I hope not. If it was, he can go.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So you've literally got those two. Then this year they drafted Omar Norman-Lott in the second round. Then he gets injured, but he was playing decent, and they were screwing with him too.
What if you found out Joe Cullen was the culprit for trying to make everybody fat?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. And this year they drafted Gelati. They got him in the third round. Gelati progressed pretty well throughout the season when they'd finally let him get on the field.
Well, I think that's more of a testament of Gelati's abilities and just getting more opportunities. I don't know if that was development.
Well, I think you have to give it something. If you're saying that these guys just develop all by themselves, but yet we rage at Connor Embry for not developing a wide receiver, how's that fair? So these guys have to develop.
I was just saying if Ashton Gelati had the same amount of opportunities at the beginning of the season and the same as he did at the end of the season, and he played better,
this is all I'm going to say.
I would say development, but I just feel like we saw him more.
Well, this is all I'm going to say about Joe Cullen. He's been here since 2022. The Chiefs have only drafted 6 guys for him in the draft. They drafted Carl Loftus and Felix Anudike-Uzomah. That was the only 2 they invested first-round picks in. They developed a second-round pick for Omar Norman-Lott just this past year, tried to put weight on him, and he gets injured. They've picked one guy in the third round. That was Gelati this past year again. And then the only other picks they've ever taken for Joe Cullen and wanted him to turn this defense around and go sack the quarterback was B.J. Thompson, an undersized edge rusher / linebacker out of Stephen F. Austin that Spags didn't want, and he was just in over his head, and then he ends up having medical stuff. And then the only other one was Keandre Colburn, who has failed at 5 or 6 different places. So that's more of a testament of Colburn just sucks and doesn't want to put in the work it takes to be well. So tell me how that's all the effort and all the stuff you can give Joe Cullen. And by the way, throughout this time, have we signed any good defensive end free agents for him? Hell no. We've signed Charles Omenihu, and even the year that they went out and got what's the big guy's name that's at the edge? Dunlap? Look what he got out of Dunlap and all them. But look what he got out of them.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that they've been missing lately. They go get your guy. I don't care if he's older. I know a lot of people were like, I know it's a different position, but a lot of people wanted Calais Campbell this year, and they just wanted like a veteran guy on the defensive line.
Right.
I feel like that was a great trend we had going. If you think about Terrell Suggs,
absolutely,
and Melvin Ingram and Carlos Dunlap, and they always
like
contributed. And we just stopped.
That it's either Spags or the front office. Somewhere along the line, we stopped seriously investing into that defensive line. We've told Joe Cullen, here's a bunch of scrubs and a bunch of cheap players. Here's Mike Danna for $13 million a year.
Yeah, what the heck?
Don't make that work every year. And at some point, you see that it really does take talent. Like, you've got to build these guys up a little bit. And when you are drafting the Felix Anudikes and the Ashton Gelatis, you don't take what they're good at, make them eat 5,000 cheeseburgers, and change their entire play style.
Hey, you know what you would look good doing, Omar Norman-Lott? What's that? Dressing up as Derek Nottie.
Yeah.
And giving us absolutely nothing, like he has for the last 5 years.
I think it's been incredible that Cullen's been able to finish with our crappy defensive lines. Like, again, it's just Chris Jones and nobody. That's basically all we have. It's Chris Jones and nobody. Karlaftis has now become kind of serviceable and kind of that upper tier.
What's his name that left last year? He developed okay.
Right. We've been top 15 in run defense almost every year with Joe Cullen. We've been a top 10.
Okay, Mike, we'll leave Joe Cullen alone.
I'm just saying upper tier with sacks and getting after the passer. I'm just saying I feel like a lot of people that are like, well, Joe Cullen don't develop nobody. I feel like, well, you haven't given him nobody to develop either.
Yeah, if you think about it, I mean, there were times where we were giving them people like Daniel Wise. Do you remember
That's
that?
what I'm saying.
Like, come on, dude. I kind of agree with you. I think that's a good point, Mike.
Danny Shelton. These are the guys we're going and picking up in the off seasons.
I think it's a good point. You know what? Let's keep Joe Cullen around here if we can. JB with a 10 bomb.
Steve, I like how you changed that. You just said, Mike, shut up. I agree.
Boys, I know this is our Chiefs channel, but can we pause and celebrate the Eagles losing? Look, man, normally we're not petty like that. We're not going to celebrate the loss of somebody else because that's what losers do. That's what the people's been doing to the Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
But this is the exception right here, baby. Hey,
this is Sirianni.
You know what I saw today, Mike? Belt to ass. That's what I saw. BTA, baby. Belt to ass.
Dude, they were winning.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Brock Purdy went out there and beat the Eagles in their own house, and he had everybody on his roster injured.
Brock Purdy with a third-string offense tore them up, son. Belt to ass.
That's funny. Dude, every time they got him out of a position where they couldn't run the tush push, you've seen how ineffective they were.
Because that's all they've ever been is a tush push team.
I have a feeling this is all that the Bills are becoming.
Yeah, the Bills are trying to take that model. They think they're gonna snake a Super Bowl by tush pushing like the Eagles did.
Because they're trying to do the run game with James Cook like they were doing with Saquon.
Dude, tell me any other play
trying to tush push and they
any
don't have
other play in football. Look, we saw this today in real life in a real football game. They pushed a quarterback 13 yards up the field, pushing him in the back. That's not legal at all.
You just pick him up and
never
carry him?
has been. And that was okay.
Mike,
were you enjoying a cookie there?
I'm just eating cookies, man. When
Is that a Subway
cookie?
Is it a Subway cookie?
No, I went to Publix. These are
okay.
chocolate chip cookies with marshmallows in them. They're s'mores cookies. And they're so
how's
delicious,
that?
brother. They're so
Looks
good.
good.
Publix is awesome.
Looks good. Yep, they're building one up the road, bro. So we'll see.
Gotta get that pub sub when they get it open.
See about it. Pub sub. I don't know if that sounds great or not.
They're awesome. It's a Florida staple.
Appreciate the 10, JB. We got a 5 from a girl, Brenda, here. Says, I hate it because we're wasting Pat's best years. Yeah, I feel like this year, Brenda, this is the year. This is the one where you can be like, we kind of wasted a year of Pat's prime. You know? And now, is it because the coaching and the offense was so bad? Did Patrick have a little bit to do with that? Sure. He's got to own it. He's got to own it a little bit. But he played pretty damn good. And the fact that he's been carrying this team for 8-9 years, I think you give them a pass on that. So I'm with you. It just depends on how they bounce back, Brenda. Like one down year like this, I think people are overreacting, honestly. I hate it. I hate it with a passion. It makes me sick when I think about it. Don't get me wrong. But I do feel like it's a little bit of overreaction. Now, if it turns into a 2, 3, 4, 5, 10-year stretch, not getting back to the Super Bowl like Tom Brady did, then you got some problems.
You know what is just the thing that just grinds your gears about this year is that, like you just said, it's not the end of the world. You missed it one time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this whole entire league this year, there's not been any standout teams that have actually beat good teams. Like you've got a bunch of...
No, the teams suck. They're not...
Like even the Patriots and stuff have played the historically worst schedule ever. So
the number one seed is the Broncos, dude, and they have no offense. They're not good.
And it's like the Chiefs squandered this away, and the way they did it is what's so irritating. They did it with just bad personnel decisions. They wouldn't get out of their own way. They wouldn't learn from their mistakes. And for some reason, it went all the way back to the offseason, making just bonehead decisions over and over and over. And then when you had a guy like Tyquan Thornton fall in your lap, and he actually successfully turns it into playing well on Sundays, we go away from him. Like, it's just so weird how they operated this season that you want to pull your hair out.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good word for it. It was very weird. Like, the whole thing was just weird. It was like, I don't know.
It's almost as if they were told to go tank. We don't want you here this year. Tank, take a year off, rest yourselves, and just go tank. We're tired of everybody saying this.
Literally, effectively, the entire world watched what had been touted as the greatest coaching staff in football for years now. Go out there and act like they'd never seen a football before.
Oh, yeah. They act like they'd never been on the sidelines before.
Yeah. And then what's funny is they've still been doing it. I watched the last episode of The Franchise. They're still doing this thing, Mike. But the guys tried real hard. They all tried every play. They tried.
We were
That's
kingdom
all
with
you could
3
ask
straight
for.
Super Bowls. We were getting ready to go to our 4th straight Super Bowl this year, but we're
talking about trying.
We're doing participation trophies all of a sudden.
Yeah,
What the
dude,
hell happened to this coaching staff?
Weird. Super weird. If Spags takes that mentality over to a team as a head coach, dang, they're going to St. Louis Ram the hell out of it. It's what they're going to do. Ron with the 5 bomb says, I have never heard someone say, what does Garrett Dieter think? Nagy is asked and everyone knows it. Yeah, man. So that's the thing. Love Garrett Dieter, by the way. He's a cool dude. We had him on the show before. We met him before, Mike. He's trying to give us tickets to the game out in Kansas City one time. Really cool guy. He's a cool guy. But I think it's like, no shade personally, but it's just like guys that actually played in the league, they automatically assume they know more about everything than everybody else. And they do have a more of an inside look. They probably do know.
Dieter either.
No. I'm not saying just Garrett Dieter. All of them are like that. And do they have a right to think that? Sure. Why not? I mean, if I was talking about running a YouTube channel and there was somebody that doesn't, and I have an opinion and they don't, I'd probably think I was right? Like I'd probably be like, nah, you guys, you don't understand how it works.
I understand where Dieter and them come from though, because they have lived it. I mean, you've got like Jason Dunn and guys out here that'll come out and say things and tell you, they're explaining how the offense works, how this works, how this works.
Yeah.
People don't even want to hear it. Like everybody knows better than everybody. That's just the way it rolls. That's just where we're at in 2026. Everybody knows everything and they'll tell you you're wrong. Even if you're completely right, they'll tell you you're wrong. So I think it's crazy how people have been, and they've let Dieter know all week long, you're just a practice squad piece of shit. Why do you think? And it's like, I think that's a little disrespectful. Well,
that is disrespectful. And the thing is they talk out both sides of their neck, man. Because Mitchell Schwartz will say something. He has some of the worst takes I've ever seen in my life. And they'll be like, well, he was a damn good offensive lineman. Right. He knows what he's talking about. But then
Mitchell Schwartz come out this week and chastised Dieter for saying that and took it for the fans. And of course,
even though he does it all the time.
Yeah, but now he's fan favorite all of a sudden because he took up for
was always talking about everybody being stupid.
Well, that's where everybody kind of speaks out of both sides there.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Hey, everybody's dumb, baby.
Steve, we get told all the time, it doesn't matter who it is. Like, it could be a random Joe Blow. We've had parents of players message us and be like, you all shouldn't talk about this if you don't know what you're talking about. You're not allowed to give that critique of anything. Or you can't do this. Have you guys ever played football before? You can't give that critique. You can't do this.
Yeah.
Dude, it's what we do. We talk about things. That's what fans have done since the beginning of time.
No shade, baby. But that parent's watching their kid not play in the NFL at this point.
Right.
Okay. So, I mean, who was right? Ron with the 2 bomb says Dunlap got his 100th sack, a ring, and retired. Yeah, that was a great year for him. I thought that was kind of cool, actually. He opened a restaurant in Newport.
Yeah.
Like right up the road
close.
from us.
We should go sometime.
Yeah.
You think he would be there? You think we could hang out with Dunlap?
I don't know how much he frequents his own
memories?
restaurant, but yeah, that'd be cool, though. That would be cool. Appreciate the 2, Ron. Thanks for the support, brother.
He don't cook there? He's not like a chef or nothing?
What if he was? Tiger Atlas with the 5 bomb says, rumor is new OC will either be Andy's lawn care guy, Marco Gonzalez, or his paper boy, Jimmy Skittles. Mike, who would you rather have, the lawn care guy or the paper boy?
I think I'm going to take the paper boy. I feel like he's got a better arm.
Yeah, you got to have that accuracy, like that video game on Nintendo. I sent you a clip of it the other day. We used to play it.
Paper boy. Like,
you're riding the bike.
You're driving. You got to
time it out.
Right.
Yeah.
To sink it in that little gap and that people like to call mailbox.
Yeah.
So you got to get it in there.
Remember the sound? Bling.
I think you got to go with the paper boy here. I think it would help with Mahomes, the accuracy a little bit. The lawn care guy, he's just out here like, tending the fields.
He probably put some seeds down and went and took a nap under the shade tree.
Yeah, we don't need people spreading their seed on the sideline. Let's just let the paper boy do his work.
Hey, shout out Nitty for becoming a YouTube member. Let's freaking go. Welcome to the ACU crew.
Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you. We got JB with another 10 bomb. Says no official reports yet, but I saw the Lions are looking to trade Montgomery, and the rumor is Chiefs are interested. Thoughts? I don't hate David Montgomery. I think he's a good running back. I don't see how he fits in with the Chiefs and what they do with running backs. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But then again, like, what
he's
are
kind
the
of got
Chiefs?
that body frame style though of like a Clyde, which is what we tend to want.
Which is strange.
Just that little compact bowling ball looking guy.
I feel like he's more of a he has that bruiser mentality though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'd rather have Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah, please. Please.
Can we just do the Gibbs thing or No.
Mike, can you imagine? We need to sit down one time and make up an all draft team, the people that we said the Chiefs need to figure out how to draft and see how good they would be.
Do you remember us that draft telling everybody, like, we've heard countless, countless.
If he's there, take him. Might want to trade up and get him.
We're trying to get Jahmyr Gibbs, and we were told over and over, why? We have Isaiah Pacheco, and now everybody's trying to get Pacheco out. Cracks me up going back and reading stuff.
We could have a hell of a roster right now, I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah. Jahmyr Gibbs would have been nice. Actually, look, if you want to go back just the last season, I mean, I kind of think maybe. Now, I know you couldn't have give up because we couldn't have got him in the second round. So you'd have had to give up Josh
Travion Henderson.
But Travion Henderson would have been like exactly what Chiefs fans are wanting.
That I tried. I was
so
like, hey,
the only way you could have
that.
pulled this off is for Brett Veach to have just traded completely out of the first round. Maybe
yeah, I
give
thought
up
that
on
Henderson
Josh
might.
Simmons.
I thought Henderson might fall to our second pick last year. I think I actually in my final mock draft, I thought we might do it. But
so
he
what do you
wasn't
think,
there.
looking back after a full year, would you have rather the Chiefs took Simmons going forward with that left tackle and what he offers, or do you think that we'd have been better off taking Travion Henderson?
No, that played out exactly the way we needed it, buddy. I'm telling you, Josh Simmons, as long as he can
Simmons
stay,
guy
if Simmons can stay healthy and stay on the football field, he is that dude.
Do you remember how much, like, me and you had so many, like, people don't get it. Like, we talk about draft all the time, but me and Steve literally hours on end we're talking about draft. Do you know how much we almost convinced ourselves that if Brett Veach had the shot, he was going to take Luther Burden? Like, we just had this weird feeling, dude, that he was going to try to take Luther Burden.
And in hindsight, would that have been a bad pick? Because he was a beast with the Bears. Hey,
right,
dude,
he's not bad either. And, like, now looking with, like, Rashee Rice possible crap and all
that's
the
what's
stuff
funny,
we
Mike.
got.
We literally wrote off Josh Simmons in our draft coverage last year. If you go back and look at it, I said 1,000 times, like, we're not going to get Josh Simmons. There's no way
he's going to go past.
I said pick 18 to the Seattle Seahawks. That's the furthest that guy would go. And I literally wrote him off. I was like, unless we trade up, we're not getting Josh Simmons.
Right. And I kind of had a feeling they wasn't trading up that high.
And then all of a sudden, so then at that point, I was just like, we're going to probably try to take a stab at Luther Burden.
Right.
And then Josh Simmons fell, and I think that was excellent, dude. I mean, couldn't be mad at that.
So let's look back on it here. Let's say that Josh Simmons would have got picked earlier, and the Chiefs stayed at 31 because there was no point in trading back at that point, I don't think. Travion Henderson or Luther Burden, who would you have rather had?
Honestly, I don't know.
Going into this season and looking at the future of the wide receiver room, not that great.
I think if you know, looking back now, I think that's a conversation. I think last year when this draft was going on, I would have said you have to take Luther Burden over him, obviously, because I really thought I had Luther Burden as my number 3 wide receiver in the draft last year. So, I had to take him.
I don't feel like Juju's coming back, and I don't feel like Marquise Hollywood Brown's coming back. And then even with Rashee Rice, now look, there has been reports that his girlfriend has now took that off. She's recanted that from IG.
Hey, let's hope it just
what's
disappears.
the reason for that? Did she get pressured into doing that? Was there a money settlement? So at the end of the day, let's just say this, and we won't speculate too much because I don't want to be sued. But let's say that she was telling the 100% truth, and he comes in with some lawyers and this and that, like, get it down. Hypothetically, here's hypothetically a big bunch of money. Hypothetically, pull it down. That never happened. Hypothetically, but we all know. What if it's the truth? Hypothetically, do you still want Rashee Rice on your team? Hypothetically,
allegedly. Hypothetically, in a world. Well, I mean, that's the thing.
I feel like if it really happened,
I've talked about this a couple times, Mike, when that first came up.
Yeah.
It's a domestic thing. It's between a couple. It's between parents of a child together. It's very complicated, very dirty, very layered. You never know what people will do to get at other people. I mean, you don't have a clue, dude. So, I mean, not knowing anything about what actually happened, if there's nothing proven, I can't be mad at the guy because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very tough.
My question is if she's telling the truth,
hypothetically,
he pays it off and it goes away. Do you still want to support somebody like that, knowing that they just got away with it because of paying off something?
I can't answer that because it's
Tough,
hypothetical.
I guess, because you don't know the.
Yeah, who knows? I just think it's one of them things. It's almost like, you know, if it's not an actual charges. It's not a court case. It's not proven. It's not this and that. It's just, why are we even talking about it? Like at this point, like if it goes away, it goes away. I ain't going to be mad at that guy. I don't know what happened.
I tell you though, that's a shady way to look at things.
It is not. It's not, because I have no idea what happened.
Yeah, but
allegedly, if he did it, or hypothetically, if he did it, then of
Right.
course we don't want him. But we don't know that. We don't have a clue. No clue.
But you said if it just goes away, it goes away. That sounds like some mafia boss stuff.
Yeah, whatever. Sleeping with the fishes. Appreciate the 10, JB. Tiger Atlas with the 5 bomb says Demarcus Robinson gave the first dagger into. It's always a mystery when Tiger Atlas says something. He always tries to throw us a curveball.
What is that? What's
a dagger
pronounce
into?
that.
It's Chiggles.
The Eagles? He called them the cheek goals. Maybe he was going with that again.
Oh, is Demarcus Robinson playing for the 49ers?
Yeah, he is. He actually had a pretty good game today.
I didn't even know that. I wonder if Sky Moore had any good kick returns today.
No, I was watching some of it. Sky Moore did take an end around, and I thought he was going to break it, and then the Eagles swarmed. But I was like, man, he had a little bit of cut and a little bit of juice there. Go figure.
Short area quickness.
That?
Short area quickness is the closest thing to Tyreek Hill we've seen is Sky Moore. We couldn't do nothing with the guy.
Yeah, we couldn't figure out how to get him in short area spaces.
Yeah, dude, we couldn't do nothing with him.
Well, he couldn't catch the ball once they got him there, so.
Demarcus Robinson, though. Shout out Demarcus Robinson. I just saw a play from his today
Everybody,
where he caught.
Please don't act like you want him back with the team.
No, and I'll tell you why. I just saw a clip of him today where he had a punt return and he got it and he ran completely backwards for 10 yards and then fumbled the ball into the end zone and the Saints scored.
Yeah.
And that's how I remember
good
Demarcus
on Demarcus Robinson, but I don't want him
run forward, Demarcus Robinson, not backwards.
You do that all the time. Catch it and run backwards.
He loved it more than MVS. He loved it, dude. Always going backwards, and we don't want to go backwards and get Demarcus Robinson.
No,
guys, appreciate y'all being here. Do us a favor, hit that like button if you haven't already. That would help out your boys. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We do the most Chiefs content constantly. It's going to be 365 days, baby. Always Chiefs content. So this is a place to be for the offseason. The #1 independent Chiefs channel on YouTube. So get on board, baby. Hit that subscribe button. Hang out with us. Real quick, want to shout out the sponsor of tonight's live stream, Zarda Barbecue. All right, y'all. Y'all got to check out our favorite Kansas City barbecue spot, the legendary Zarda Barbecue. They have 2 locations, one in Lenexa, one in Blue Springs. Get over there and get yourself an $11 lunch. We highly recommend Ashton Gelati sandwich, the KC takeaway. Get that bad boy with a side of baked beans and chef's kiss. It doesn't get any better than that. And if you're feeling something a little different, you can grab their new wings. Those things are freaking amazing. And did I mention their sauce game is top tier? So get over to Zarda Barbecue because they're legend. Wait for it. Dairy. And let them know All Chiefed Up sent you their way. Hell yeah, baby. Get over to Zarda Barbecue and get yourself some food. Let them know All Chiefed Up sent you their way. Let's freaking go, man. Let's look at this game going on right now, Mike. It's a real barn burner.
I can't believe you pulled out the baked bean. The Zarda baked beans. There's something there with you and those baked beans.
We'll eat them.
You'd bathe in those things, wouldn't you?
I don't know about that. But we're looking at a real barn burner here, guys. The Chargers and the Patriots with 7 minutes left in the third quarter, 6-3. Patriots.
Daggone, what a game.
Tearing it up.
What a game.
I mean, you got the MVP out there in Drake May. You got one of the best quarterbacks to ever play in Justin Herbert. I mean, would you expect anything less than a 6-3 game?
Just 2 epic defenses. Like maybe some of the best defenses.
I'll tell you what this is.
Ray Lewis defense.
This is what you're watching. You're watching a team that is pretty mediocre, who has played nothing but peewee teams all season long, play another mediocre team. And you're getting a mediocre game at 6-3 with 7 minutes left in the third quarter.
Have you seen anybody in these playoffs that's really like stood out to you as being like good? Because even the Rams, they barely got by the lowly Panthers. Like the Panthers were a losing record.
Yes. Shout out Drew, by the way. He knows what's up. Anyway, the thing about it is I don't think the Panthers are as bad as their record showed. Like they're a very young team, and I think they're better than you think they are. They did the same thing to a lot of teams last year. They gave us a run for our money last season.
Yeah.
They can play, but and the Rams, they tend to almost drop the ball every playoffs if you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, they won one Super Bowl, but that team was stacked. But I mean, we'll see. I think I'm telling you, dude. I didn't watch the game today, but from the previous few weeks, the 49ers look like the best football team. They just do.
I mean, with all the injuries they've got going now, I don't know if that's going to
yeah,
hold, though.
They're a little behind the 8 ball now, but we'll see. The NFC, like, I think an NFC team will win the Super Bowl this year because I think the AFC, the best team, didn't make the playoffs. Let's be honest here. They're all weak. They're all weak.
Talking smack.
They're weak, dude. The Broncos have no offense. The only way – eat that cookie while I talk about this, okay? And then rate it on a scale from 1 to 10 when I'm done. Okay. But anyway, the Patriots suck. They've been playing peewee teams all year. The Chargers, they're going to charger. The Broncos, they literally scored the most points their entire year in like the fourth quarter of the Giants game.
You ain't lying.
Half of their scoring. They won every game the way the Chiefs won every game last year. Basically, like the one score game that could go either way. Yeah, dude, I'm sorry. The Buffalo Bills are not good. They couldn't stop a running back if they had to. And if you can't push Josh Allen's big ass across the football field, then what are you going to do with your offense? Because he has no freaking receivers either.
Did you see at the end of the game when he just threw it up again?
Always.
Every time he just throws it up, and magically the wind and the heavens open up and just falls right in the receiver's
I was talking
hands.
about this with another guy today. I don't remember what team he likes, but anyway, I was like, you know what annoys me about watching other teams that are not the Chiefs? And he said, what? And I was like, because I noticed two things. A, if they've played the Chiefs, they played like they were in the Super Bowl and they were a great team. Like they looked like a Pro Bowl team. They were giving it their all. Flawless. They don't screw up. And then when I watch them play somebody else, they just suck ass. They're always screwing up, getting penalties, throwing interceptions, fumbling the ball, just looking like idiots. You know, but no, when we play them, they're A plus, perfection.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the other thing that annoys me is when I'm watching other games, I'm like, how come our receivers are never that damn wide open? You know, like how do
fall into the category of Andy sucks at scheme?
How come every team always has breakdowns in defenses and have guys wide open for easy touchdowns? We don't get that ever.
Well, we don't challenge the defense. We don't pressure defense. Like we literally run three guys out running 3-yard turnarounds. You know what I mean? Like little comebacks. We do some dumb stuff.
Yeah,
just right across the board. We do some dumb stuff. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Steve, have you got to watch any more draft stuff?
No, I have not. I watched the majority of the tape I've watched so far have been defensive ends, and we talked about that. I have a guy that I really like. And his name.
You got a guy that you're horny for, huh?
A little horny. His name's not Reuben Bain Jr.
I don't think Reuben Bain's going to get to number 9.
And
I think
look,
we can
guys,
almost put that one out.
Can I throw this out there too?
I just don't think he's getting there.
Can I throw this out there too, guys? I think that I forgot his name.
David Bailey.
I think David Bailey is good too, but David Bailey will never be in our defense.
Oh God, he's too little. Spags will.
That's not going to. He's going to be an outside linebacker in a 3-4 defense.
Would literally try to make him gain weight.
He's not. They're not going to take him. That would be like having Josh Uche last year.
Yeah, I can't see anybody with his
not
body
type
getting a chance with us. Like we'll just pass him over.
If it did happen, let's just say it did on the off chance, I wouldn't be mad at it. I think Bailey's great. He's
I would
fun to
love
watch.
to see something like that, but I just can't see Spags just adjusting that much.
No, but I tell you what, the closest thing that we're going to get to that.
He's only like 230 pounds, isn't he?
He's
247.
I'm telling you, it'd be
a
lot like having a Josh
260 mark. He would have to get the 260.
And he don't put his hand in the dirt. He's just not the guy that we're going to end up with.
He's kind of like the outside linebacker in a 3-4 is where he feels.
Yeah.
And we just don't rush like that. Like you never see Karlaftis standing up off the edge. You don't see our other guys. Like we just don't run that style.
Well, Mike, there is this one dude.
Oh, you got horned up for somebody. Can I guess it?
No. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I'll never guess it. Is that what you're saying? Or
no, you're gonna
you
guess it.
don't want me to guess it.
You're gonna guess it.
I'm gonna guess it.
He's like the perfect, to me, he's the perfect blend in between those two. And he also was born in Kansas City, Missouri.
Huh. Self-admitted, I've not dug in too much to the edges just yet.
The knocks on this guy are that he's short. He's a little small. He's
short.
6'2". I'm an inch taller than this cat. But
Oh, that's not good then.
he's 6'2", 248. But let me tell you something. Let's
Is
talk
it the
about
kid from Oklahoma?
let's talk
Is it R.
about-
Mason Thomas?
No, let's talk about Cassius Howe. Okay?
That's who it is?
Yeah,
I
bro.
love Cassius Howe, but dude, he falls in that same David Bailey ballpark for us, I think. I don't think the Chiefs would do it.
Nah, he plays different than David Bailey, though. This is the guy that
Cassius Howe is
Come on now.
dog.
He's a dog.
Dude,
Like, that
he
dude
is
would be fun.
nasty good, in my opinion. Like, he has got some bend.
Yes.
I like him, man.
He's also sort of in the vein of an Ashton Gelati.
Yeah, he's
like-
got all those
Yeah,
little
it's
things
like
to
he's
him.
got the motor, he's got some speed. Like, I'm really liking what I see from that kid.
What did I tell you about him? You remember when you said, "Hey, man, I really like the guy," and I said, "I like the guy too, named Cassius Howe," and you said, "That's my son," and I said it was like something, and the antidote was at the quarterback. And I don't remember what I said, but it was hilarious.
You said, and I quote, I can't quote
Can this be said on TV?
maybe not on TV, but on YouTube, I think we can get away with it.
Okay.
Maybe. Nah. Honestly, though, I'm pretty sure the quote was, "I like him too. That guy plays like his penis is on fire and the ice is behind the quarterback."
Yeah.
That's what you said.
That
And that was a
quarterback got
good
the
way to
water.
describe. That was a good way of describing it. They had that pitcher of water back there to dip it in, son. Right? They had that tied to the quarterback's back.
Bro, he's got to dip his balls in something. And it's the
bro.
quarterback every time. Cassius Howe is nasty, dude. I love Cassius Howe.
Yeah, same.
Him and Ethan Downs have been my two favorites to watch. Just straight up.
Who?
Those two have been my two favorite.
You're talking about Caleb Downs?
Ethan.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, I got him mixed up with the Oklahoma pass rusher because we were just talking about R. Mason
Yeah.
Thomas. But yeah, Caleb Downs and Cassius Howe have been my two favorite defenders to watch. And that includes Reuben Bain. I like Reuben Bain too, but those two are just something about those two I really like. They got that dog in them.
And I'll tell you, there's another guy on Miami, Mesidor, that's a dog too, but he's old.
He's good. He's going to be 26.
Yeah, he's
when
old.
The season starts,
I don't think
so
we'd draft him. I don't think we would draft him.
He does come with what's that thing called? A triple A? What's it called? AA?
A senior citizen discount?
Yeah, he comes with a senior citizen discount, bro.
No, Mesidor's great, dude. I think he's got some speed. He's a little, like, he can get some stuff done. He had I think a 20 or 21% pass rush win rate this season.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
the
got
kid
something
can
about him that I
play.
like. But I'm with you. I don't know. He played at West Virginia. I watched some tape in West Virginia. He played
Little
back there in 2020.
AARP. Little AARP.
Yeah, the
guys.
AARP. That's it. But yeah, I watched his tape back at West Virginia, and I think he's honestly pretty explosive. And he actually plays with a lot of good leverage. But I'm telling you, he's going to be 26 years old in his rookie year. I just don't know if you can. Like, where are you comfortable taking a guy like that? Like round 4 or 5? Because you're basically just getting one contract out of him.
Right. Mike, if you can pronounce this, I would like you to try it.
Udachikwan Nkwocha. Quocha. I like it, though. And he says, what about Emmett Johnson or Jadarian Price? Both of those guys are, in my opinion, kind of like third down backs, kind of like what we just drafted. But I will say, Jadarian Price, out of Notre Dame, he's okay. Look, I take it back. I don't think they're just third down backs. I think they're both good enough to be in an offense. I just don't know if where you take them at would be enough to do it. So Jadarian Price is probably going to be like a mid round 2. So you'd have to take him with your round 2 pick. And then probably Emmett Johnson goes like maybe the mid round 3, if not before that one. So I don't know. Emmett Johnson was decent at Nebraska, but like he's just like a one cut kind of guy. Like he is one of the guys I watched.
I'll report back after I watch some running backs. How about that?
Right. I think he's got good vision. I think they're both good. I just don't know. I don't know how they fit within the Chiefs offense just yet. We'll say that. So I'm with Steve. I need to watch a lot more on them to be able to make that call.
Mike, we got that Huckleberry Rattler in here, baby. Been a member for 16 months. Says I was jumping for joy when I witnessed the Eagles season end. Their fans are insufferable. Bye. LOL.
Do you think they rioted downtown tonight after they lost?
No, they're crying.
They had some cry riot?
They're real sad.
They were crying?
They're crying.
Tears are flowing in Philly tonight.
Perry with the 2 bombs says Oregon's topped 2 defensive line are returning to school. I did see that.
That's 100% true. That edge they got that was starting to like crawl up draft boards. How does he pronounce his name? Mateo. What was his last name? Like Uiagalelei or something like that?
It was. I think was that him that asked that question a minute ago.
Maybe, dude. The big kid from Oregon, the Mateo guy. I actually thought his body frame was kind of like a Spags type dude. But when I did watch him the other day, and I did watch some of his film before he declared that he was going to stay, I didn't see enough burst. I thought he was going to get beat up bad in the NFL. Like, I was starting to – I just didn't even put him in my top 10 defensive end edges. So I think it's good that he's going back to school, honestly.
Right. Well, Mike, while you're talking about defensive linemen, there's one I want to talk about that I kept saying that we should draft. Maybe we'll talk about him a little bit in a second, but I want to shout out Jordan Francis real quick with the 5 bomb.
Jordan
says, "Hello, Chiefs Kingdom. I'm back again from work at Publix. Let's go, baby. Pub sub time.
Man, did you make this cookie, brother?"
Jordan might have made that cookie. That's why it's so good. You never rated it. Never rated it.
I'm going to give it a 7.2.
7.2. Jordan's better than a 7.2, bro.
If he made the vegan caramel cookie from there, that's like a 10 cookie.
A vegan cookie?
I thought it was going to be trash. I was like, who wants a vegan cookie? But it's all they had.
Crazy.
It's all they had. And when I ate it, I was like, this is the best, chewiest cookie I've ever had in my life. I don't know what I ate, but it was
There's
good.
no telling.
It was shaped like a cookie.
I still love the Chiefs when we win or lose. And by the way, I like the Kentucky Wildcats.
Let's go.
Let's go, baby. CATS.
Will Stein's getting ready to turn it around.
Let's hope so. Good grief. It's been a little miserable lately.
Indiana turning it around gives us like hope.
Yeah.
Because nobody ever thought Indiana Hoosiers were going to win a football national championship, but here they are, man. Right there, knocking on the door.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Let me in, says Kurt Senior.
Yeah. Jordan, it's a hell of a comment there, buddy. I appreciate that, 5.
Jordan.
Let's go.
I love it.
He's hitting on all cylinders right now. Let's go.
Jordan, you work at KSR? I feel
No,
like
he
it was
works
a guy
at
that used
Publix.
to work at KSR, and he had his name.
He
was
just
Jordan.
told you he works at Publix.
Well, he can work at KSR and Publix.
Good Lord, give him a break, man. He don't have to work 2 jobs. I do that, and it sucks.
Is Matt Jones still doing that weekly NFL podcast? How random was that? That the NFL goes to Kentucky basketball, KSR Matt Jones, and says, "Hey, will you do a weekly NFL podcast?"
And that
NFL?
guy, look, man, Matt Jones is a very obnoxious person.
I think they were trying to get in touch with us, and Matt Jones snaked it. They went to get the football.
Can you
guy
imagine
from
listening to
Kentucky.
him talk about the Chiefs? Well, you got Patrick Mahomes, and I think he might have voted a Republican, so I don't know if I like Patrick Mahomes. Like, God bless. Shut up, Matt Jones.
Matt Jones is wild. So you don't like Matt Jones? Should I get him on the show?
I don't dislike Matt Jones, but I hate listening to him. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I don't think he's wrong about a lot of stuff or necessarily right or whatever. Like, he does okay, but I can't listen to him. I just can't do it. Vrabel's horned. Why is Vrabel horned? What happened? What do we miss?
Vrabel got horned up.
It's 9-3. He got horned because they scored another 3 points. Dude.
Daggone.
Belt to ass, baby.
Shut it down. How will the Chargers ever recover?
Oh, I want to hear your story.
No, I was just saying Matt Jones. He was a lawyer. He's going to law school. Decided he didn't want to do it.
Why does everyone that thinks they're a lawyer think they can talk about sports too?
I don't know. But he ended up just wanting to talk about Kentucky. He started KSR and become huge. Like the biggest whatever for a team, like independent.
Him and the other guys that do that
good
show.
Work ethic. Drew Franklin.
Yeah, they do a good job. They do a good job. I just can't stand Matt's voice and opinions on things.
They even got their own restaurant, KS Bar.
That's
and they
good
got
too.
Good food, man.
They got good wings.
And they go
I've been
live
there.
from there all the time. I told them to bring us on, talk football on the NFL channel. And
They're
Mac
scared.
Jones was like, I'll bring you.
No, he
And
didn't.
then I've never heard from him again.
He's
He got
scared.
scared because he thought I was going to go in there and say something about being horned.
Probably. He said, we can't talk about being horned.
He said, you can't say horny on the airwaves.
James, baby, what's up? He says Chiefs draft in rounds 1, Jeremiah Love. Round 2, Zion Young.
Edge from Mizzou.
Mizzou. What do you like these draft picks if the Chiefs did it this way? So, actually, I think I have Young in my top 10, in my initial top 10 defensive ends.
Oh, I thought you were going to say overall. He was in your top 10. I was like, dang, that's high.
No, I'm trying to remember where I had him, Mike. I sent that to you the other day. I finally made my first initial list of defensive
I don't know
ends.
what you did with him. So far,
I think
got
he was
him like
around
number
7.
9.
I think I had him
you've
7.
got him about 7.
8,
I've got
9.
him about 9. So hey, he's probably what? He's going to be like a second round pick, probably. Like mid day 2, late day 2. So you're probably right. Mid day 2, it could fall. I think you're probably right there.
You know, I like this tape. I'm not going to lie. I thought he did a lot of things well. He's 6'5". He kind of reminded me of like a Carlos Dunlap in a way. Like just
262.
Like
so he's got more bulk to set the edge.
Yeah, he kind of, like I said, he kind of reminded me of like a Dunlap in like physical appearance and stuff like that. That's what it reminded me of. But I do like him, and I had him in my top 10. I need to dig in more because I mean, you know how we are. We'll start with initial, and then we'll move guys around. And
we're constantly
more
moving.
tape we get to watch. So yeah, I mean, I would, from what I know right now, James, I wouldn't be mad at that whatsoever, because that's going to hit 2 pain points anyway, right? With the running back and the edge rusher. So any kind of formula of that, I'm good with. I like it. Let's see. Weston says, do you guys, given current circumstances, do you trade Rice or McDuffie or both? So McDuffie, I think is, honestly, the more I thought about it, Mike, I think McDuffie, it might be wise to keep him on the 5th year.
Okay.
And if you're going to let him walk. Now, a lot of people wouldn't agree with that.
Worried about getting anything out of him.
A lot of people think that you need to try to get a first round draft pick out of him. I'm not so sure that you could. Like, I think that he definitely warrants one. I don't know.
There's a small group of teams at the end of the first round that could do it, like the Patriots, for example. They've been kind of getting another corner.
But hear me out.
No,
you're not going to be able to re-sign Jalen Watson. I think he's going to get paid more money than we can pay him from someone like the Ravens. Okay. That would be my guess. Okay, so now we're looking at, you got to play Noah Williams. Like, you can't sit on your hands no more with that one, Spags. The kid proved himself. He's good. He needs to play. Put him out there. Christian Fulton, also, when he actually played and wasn't a healthy scratch, looked decent.
Right.
So, but the only thing about him is he's made of glass.
Which means that you either have to sign somebody else in the offseason or we're going to have to draft somebody else.
But here's my thing. If you can't get a first-round draft pick out of Trent McDuffie, you keep him on the 5th year and you put him in the slot, and you get 2 guys on the outside, and you have a killer defensive back room. And if you get pressure on the quarterback, if you can beef up your pass rush, and you can make them get rid of the ball quicker, that defense is going to look good.
Okay, so you're saying you don't trade McDuffie, keep him to keep at least your corner room strong.
Well, here's the reason why.
And beef the half rush. Because if you let McDuffie go, now you're putting a lot more into the corner room.
Well, you can't. I'm thinking you won't be able to re-sign Jalen Watson. That leaves you with Najee Johnson. If he's there to have to re-sign him,
free agent this year.
I don't know. They extended him though at one point.
But I don't know.
But we don't want him back out there, and we don't want him back on the field because he's nothing but Jamari Conner, and we don't want Jamari Conner on the field. We don't want those two anywhere near.
I just don't see Jamari Conner not being on this team next year, playing 98% of snaps. Sadly,
if somebody in that Chiefs organization does not have a conversation with Steve Spagnuolo about Jamari Conner, then they're dumb.
You know, like when people sleep, you can brainwash them. Do you think Jamari Conner slid like a tape under his pillow at night and it says, "Play Jamari Conner. He's the greatest corner ever."
I think whatever music he listens to
just goes over and over again, like
whatever, like he's listening to like the Bee Gees "Staying Alive" on the way to the practice field. It's just like,
but every time it hits.
But if you play it backwards, that backwards, when they say
Jamari,
Yeah, instead of it saying, what song did I say he was listening to?
You can't tell by the way I use my.
Okay.
So if you just play it backwards,
You
just
play it
"Jamar
backwards.
Connor,
Play
that's
Jamar
awesome.
Connor. Play Jamar Connor.
Jamar
Yeah.
Connor."
It's that back
It's
masking,
like,
son.
Bro,
It's that brainwashing.
Spag's like, I don't know what it is.
It's the devil's works, what it is, okay?
The devil has to do something. There's got to be devil influence to play Jamar Connor that much.
Weston, I don't know. A third rounder? No, I'm not trading McDuffie for a third rounder. He's better off keeping him for a year for a third rounder, in my opinion. Second rounder, you can consider it.
Well, he's saying a second and a third
Oh, second and third? Ooh,
together.
potentially. I don't know. It just really depends. It depends on how the rest of it plays
I think
out.
if I go for a second, I'm going to have a second this year and a second next year. You're going to have to give me two of them, I think.
Yeah, if you're not getting a first rounder, we got to do better. We got to do better, I think.
It's tricky on that one. Yeah, it's tricky. I'm going to let Brett Veach handle that one.
You'll let Brett Veach handle it, Mike. I had to play them both, baby, because our boy JB came in here and gifted out 20 freaking memberships. 20.
JB, damn it, JB with the 20. That's what I like to see on a Sunday night. JB was fired up,
baby,
that the Patriots put that 3 points on the board, baby.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
Let's go, JB. If y'all got one of those memberships, thank him, because he's doing the Lord's work out there.
JB, appreciate you, brother.
20. JB.
Dude,
you're the man. You're a legend.
Look, all these gifts are working out because for the second month in a row, our members only giveaway was won by a member that became a member that day. That just proves,
crazy, son.
That just proves you just got to give yourself a shot, and you can win something signed. You can win something awesome.
That neon Chief sign was legit too. I kind of wanted that myself.
It was pretty badass, actually.
It's pretty badass. Hey, look, Brian Pear, I can't match 20, but I can give away 5 right now. I got those locked and loaded, and I'll do that.
In the words of the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
What's
give it away, give it away, give it away.
I was like, where are you going with this, brother?
Come on now. If you don't,
I'm gonna gift out 5. I'm gonna gift out 5. That's what I got locked and loaded and ready to go.
If you don't,
I don't got no more to give away for January, but hey, there they are.
It's okay. 5 more. Let's go. Doug Cherry received a gift. Here, I got him right here in front of me. Tom Ram, 67, Ahmad, DeMar, and C.J. Allen Jr.
Let's go.
C.J. Allen, not the second, the junior. Not the senior, the junior.
Get it right. JB, you're a legend, brother. Thank you.
Appreciate you, brother.
Tiger Atlas with another 5 says, have you noticed that Jim Harbaugh is a mouth breather?
I mean, look, he's an early man. And this is what I'll say. Steve, do you remember 2 years ago?
Is a gape a word? Is that a real word that you just pulled out of the hat?
A gape? A gape is 100% a word.
Who says that though? The mouth wide open, yeah. Hey, that's great.
I think you can also pronounce it.
He's been reading his thesaurus.
Here's another one. Do you remember when L'Jarius Sneed punched the ball out of Zay Flowers and we beat the Ravens 2 years ago in the playoffs? Do you remember after that game, I come on here and I said, Jim Harbaugh, is it Jim? Yeah. Wait, which one's Jim?
Jim's the one that coaches the Chargers. The cheater from Michigan.
Okay, so John, when we beat John, I said John should have been fired that year. They needed a change in
And everyone
scenery.
said you were stupid?
And everybody said I was stupid, I sucked, I don't know ball, I'm an idiot. Guess what? He comes back for a year, struggles all year long, and then gets fired anyway. So I was ahead of the curve a full year, okay?
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, you should be a GM. We should be scouts. I mean, we're just so much smarter than everybody that's in the NFL.
A cookie maker, even. I make a dang good
That
cookie.
entire organization, that entire business of the NFL and everything in it.
We should run every team.
Yeah, dude, we should be the next Roger Goodell.
Then coach.
We could be what is he? The CEO or something? What is he? I don't even know. President? Is that what they call him? The prime minister of the NFL?
He's like BD.
The Pope?
That's BDG. That's Big Don Goodell. He's just owning it all. He's pulling us. Like he's
big Dongadale.
yeah, he's trying to drop
You gotta
his
blend it
balls
all
over the
together.
world. He's trying to put us in the
Dongadale.
Philippines next year. We're gonna be playing in Iraq. We got a game in Australia next year, I think. I
He's
hope y'all got
commissioner.
tickets because the Chiefs.
Thank
will be
you,
there.
Brenda. But I kind of like Prime Minister of
Yeah,
the
he's
NFL better.
He's the prime minister. Is that what you call
Yeah, the Pope.
the Pope of the NFL.
Let's freaking go, man.
Dang.
Hey, hit that freaking like button. Huckleberry Rattler says so. So you need to do that. But yeah, you think we could be co-prime ministers of the NFL?
So there would technically be 3 then. Us and Goodell.
No, we get rid of Goodell. It's just me and you.
Oh, I'd fire Goodell's ass.
He'd be done signing you the
He's
first
a
thing.
clown,
Mike,
buddy.
what's your first act of
what's
Congress?
my first act as prime minister?
Yeah.
Tush push is gone.
Yeah.
Get it the hell out.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah. That's me too.
Number 2, what's your second in charge? What are you doing?
Josh Allen can't play anymore.
You banned Josh Allen from
Yeah,
football?
dude. Too big of a sissy. Can't
He
play
cries
anymore. I
too
don't want to
much.
look at his face.
I
He
don't
looks
know
like
if I
a
wanna-
Cabbage Patch
I
Kid.
may fight you on the Josh Allen ban.
I'm just playing. I wouldn't ban him. I wouldn't
I
ban
think the
him.
number 2 thing I want to do is let's just stop playing so many games overseas. Let's just pick one. Let's just do it once a year. Let's not do it
Let's
once
go
a week.
back to look. Here's actually, I got 2 things. So you get to go first, and you ban a tush push, but I get 2
I'll
and
ban
3.
tush push. What do you
It's
get?
like a snake draft, right? So I
Yeah.
get number 2 and number 3. Number 2, we're going back to 16 game seasons,
Okay, I like that.
and we're not doing the overseas stuff. It's 16 game seasons, okay? And then number 3, I forgot what. The kickoff rule goes back to the original rules.
So I'm up number 4, number 5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting an extra round on the NFL draft just because it's freaking fun.
Let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, let's go. We're going 8 rounds in the draft.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to team up with the UFL or whoever it is, and I'm going to make every team have a farm league to where we get the roster over 100 players and have football year round for our mini-me's, our little, what are they called? Like our farm teams.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hey, we're bringing hope and change to the NFL, baby.
Hope
and I'll
and
tell you what,
change.
and then in my next act of Congress
you get
here
to
as
do
Prime
more.
Minister,
What are you doing?
the Pro Bowl game, it's a wrap.
Axe
Okay,
it.
we're not doing this stupid flag football crap. We're not doing all this stuff for sissies. We're not going to look like a bunch of idiots out there. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take all those guys that you were talking about just now in that
Yeah.
farm system, and each team gets to appoint who they want to showcase at that. That way,
Right. And
those
you get-
guys
what do you
have an
get, like, 3
opportunity to get
appointees per
signed.
team.
Yeah, and they have a real
I like
football
it.
game where they're really playing for something, and they could possibly get signed by an NFL team.
Or even better, if you don't want to go to that down, you can take your practice squad players. So all practice squad players from the AFC versus all practice squad players
Yeah.
from the NFC. How fun
And
would
then-
that be? Real
and then,
football.
Since we're going back to the normal kickoff rules, that kind of goes in with it. I saw somebody said you don't have to announce the onside kick. You don't. That's original.
That's stupid. Why do you
That's
got to
the dumbest
tell us
thing.
you're going to onside kick?
Dude, they act like these guys are 7. I hate these stupid. And then here's my next rule. You can't wear guardian caps on the field during a game.
Oh, I don't
What
know
kind
about
of
that
bush league crap is that?
one. I mean, but if a guy's like
I'm
coming
so
off
tired
of
of
a
seeing
thing,
guys with domes this big around running around. Like, no. Hey, and let me
I
tell
have
you.
a feeling that's going
because,
to be
hey,
a mandatory thing here in
No,
about 2 to 3 years.
no. And I'll tell you why it should be banned, because it can be weaponized. Look at Jalen Petrie. He puts one on because, I'm just protecting myself because I had a concussion. You have a concussion because you like to hit helmet to helmet. That's why you had a
flying in
concussion.
head first.
And now you're giving yourself cushion and you're still knocking other people out. I'm not a fan.
You
Get
don't
rid
give
of
her
them.
she rice CTE.
I don't want to see these freaking massive dome pieces on the football field anyway. They're dumb.
Look, if one person wears it, we're all wearing domes.
No, they're gone. Gone.
So you said the hell with player safety all around. You've cut every player safety rule. Matter of fact, we're getting rid of the thing that says you can't jump on a quarterback. The whole how you land on a quarterback
No,
bullshit.
that's dumb too. That's gotta
That's
go.
stupid. Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, freaking put a pillow down for him? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, body weight? Get out of here. It's called a quarterback. It's not called a guy we can't
Yeah.
touch.
Dude, look, it's not about player safety. Player
And I'm banning
safety.
somebody though.
Look,
on my
player
next
safety
snake
my
pit.
ass. Player safety my ass.
Somebody does get banned.
Look, bub,
We're
Here's
banning
the
Nick
thing.
Sirianni.
You don't become a NASCAR driver if you're afraid of wrecking a car.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that's true.
You don't play football if you're afraid of getting hurt.
You don't play golf if you're afraid to whiff
If you're afraid to
in
suck
front
ass
of
at something,
everybody
you don't
and
play
lose your
golf.
ball in the water. You don't play golf, okay?
Look, man, so I'm all about player safety, but not at the expense of changing
You're
the game.
the most anti-player safety commish we've ever had. You ain't even been the commish yet.
Mike, what if they come out in the NBA and they said, we've had a lot of people spraining their wrists dunking the basketball. We should eliminate the dunk. Like,
And
no.
everybody has to wear a wrist brace.
It would be safer if they did that, right? It'd be safer.
It'd be safer if nobody played the sport. So let's just ban the whole sport. Like, when does it end? That's kind of what you kind of got to ask here is when does it end?
Like, you got to be reasonable.
Look, if you ask me what's a player safety, I don't know how more people aren't getting hurt during that stupid tush push. The
Exactly.
way
They don't care.
on
They don't care
everybody
about
and-
player safety. They don't care about player safety.
Yeah. Dude,
That's a facade.
we're taking Goodell's job. It's all there is to it.
100%.
We're going to get a cease and
Hey.
desist now.
Who would vote against us? Okay. If it was an open election, like it should be in any democracy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Who would y'all vote for? Would you vote for the duo of the Williams brothers?
guys
or would you
taking away
vote for
player
Roger
safety?
Goodell?
The guy's taking away player safety.
Who would you vote for?
Look, Steve, you're taking away player safety. You're taking away a full game, and you're taking away football
No,
for
no, no,
everyone
no.
overseas.
That's my whole point. I am about player safety. The player safety is not making them play 18
like
freaking
it.
games in a season. Play 16
And
like a normal season.
Making them travel for 14 hours one way.
Look, bro. Look, all
Okay?
you had to do is not do a bunch of dumb stuff. Okay? Just leave the game alone. Let's stop at that. And then we don't have to have guys with dome pieces this big out there looking like idiots because they got to play 17 games in Brazil. Like, come on. I'm not a fan.
Woo. Hot takes, though.
Preach.
I like it.
Okay.
Hot
I
take,
think
I like it.
everybody would vote for us.
Oh, yeah.
Would you ban Nick Sirianni from the league?
Yeah, I already said that. That's one of my things. I'm banning Nick
Okay.
Sirianni.
Yeah,
Not
just for
even-
being
No, he can
for-
be in the league, but if he's on the sideline, he has to wear a mask over his face.
he does have a very punchable face.
Yeah, like we can't have punchable guys on the sideline.
Like he's definitely one of those people. Sometimes there's these people when you look at them and you don't know why, but you have this urge to just punch them in the face.
A lot of people probably think that about us.
I mean, I'm sure, but he has one of those to me.
Oh, yeah.
Like you don't do it because you're a
human.
human with decency and a brain, but you think about it. It's like, oh, I'd love to do it.
I just want to throw some dog poop at that guy.
Mike, I think we missed some super chats along the way.
Well, go for it. What do you got?
We got Montre Woods, baby, with the 5 bomb. He says, can Cliff Kingsbury air raid offense merge with Andy's philosophy? Are they just too different? Even if Pat wants Cliff. No, I don't think they're too different. And here's why, because, okay, everybody knows Andy Reid's offense, the scheme, just Andy Reid's offense in general. It's West Coast style, spread them guys out, get people, it's a lot of dinking and dunking and things like that. But if you go back to some of the Eagles days, Andy tweaked his offense where it was still that, but he was air raiding like crazy back there with what's his name? What's the Jackson kid? Deshaun Jackson.
Deshaun Jackson.
Right. Like Andy's not opposed to doing it. And then if you go back to early Pat Mahomes era when we had Cheetah and all of them, we were airing the ball out. Like Andy he has that in his arsenal. But I think Cliff Kingsbury would be a good way to that would be such an interesting twist to see how they would incorporate that.
Right. Yeah. I think they're pretty similar, obviously. I think maybe just like the only differences would be like the not the concepts. I think the concepts are decently close between air raid and the West Coast, but like the verbiage would be a lot different, which that's going to be different from any coach to whoever.
Yeah.
But
Well, they change that up every season anyway.
Yeah, and I mean honestly, West Coast and the air raid both kind of just run around like mesh routes and shallow crosses and things like that. So
yeah,
I don't think Cliff Kingsbury would be that crazy of a hire if Patrick Mahomes
it'd be
wanted
cool.
him. And we've talked about this. If Patrick Mahomes wants things like this, he's going to
Give
have to
it
start
to
speaking up.
And give it to
Yeah,
him.
he's got to speak up. You got to give it to him.
Yeah, let's go. Appreciate the 5, Montre. And then we got a 2-bomb from Revenant says to Eagles fans, repeating ain't for everyone. Yeah, that's right, man. Look, the adults are here talking. If you've only won 1 Super Bowl in a row, go back to the kids' table.
In a row?
Yeah, if you've only won 1 Super Bowl, you didn't win
you can't
consecutive.
say it's in a
If you've
row.
never gone back to back, go back to the kids' table and talk about your tush push over there.
Oh,
With your
don't touch
macaroni and
butts over there.
cheese. With your macaroni and cheese and your little hugs thing, the little juice that you poke the
And
the
not
foil
even that
out of the
good-
top.
Not even that good baked mac and cheese. I'm talking like that Kraft out of the box.
Kraft.
Those little those little.
Hell, it might
orange
even be
dong
Minute
looking
Mac. It might be
things.
Minute Mac, Mike. You know, the ones that you put in the microwave.
Is
Sliced
what
up
it
hot
is.
dogs.
Go
Hot
put your
dogs
sliced hot dog
Sliced
in it
up
and sit
into
at the kiddie
bite-sized
table.
pieces. That's where you belong, Eagles fans. At the kids'
Touch-
table eating your
Touch
sliced up hot
butts
dogs.
over there.
Dipping them in ketchup. Okay? Because you've only won 1 Super Bowl in a row. And that's sad.
In a row.
You could only get 1.
What a loser. What kind of a loser franchise can only get 1 Super Bowl and not even get back to the Super Bowl? Like, not even lose, but you couldn't even get back to lose.
Yeah, dude. I mean, seriously, there's not a whole lot of people at the adults table right now, at the big table. But you're not one of them.
Nobody in the playoffs right now, I think, is at the adult table. I guess
Oh,
the
no.
49ers will be the closest because they probably won a couple in a row back in the 80s.
Mike, there's only 8 teams that have done this ever. Okay.
Dallas would be one. The Chiefs, the
Chiefs, the Patriots,
the Patriots.
the
the Pates.
Patriots.
The
Okay,
Patriots are
let's
still
start-
in it.
you stop interrupting me. I'll just read the list.
I was guessing them.
Okay. The Steelers can be at the adult table because they've done this twice.
They've done it.
So the Steelers, and they have cool uniforms. The black on black. I hate the Steelers, but I do like that uniform. I think it's nice.
Have
We
the
need a-
Packers ever went back to back?
Okay. Yes. Super Bowl 1 and 2. Okay.
go.
So the
Let's
Packers
go
can be
back
at the
to
adult
Super Bowl
table.
1 and 2.
Look, the Packers, the Steelers, and the Chiefs can be at the adult table with the Patriots, the Cowboys, the 49ers,
Yeah. Who's the last one?
the Dolphins, and there's one more, and this one pains me to say,
I bet it's the Broncos.
but the Donkeys can be at the
Yeah.
adult table.
I was
right
going to say
now.
the Broncos had to have done it at one point.
Now, don't get too horny at the adult table, Denver, because you're not quite to the level of the Chiefs.
Wait, did you see the guy on X that posted was like, I never want to see anybody compare Caleb Williams to Bo Nix. It's not even close. And then Caleb Williams comes back and wins that playoff game. It's like Bo Nix
Why?
hasn't done nothing.
That's wild.
Look, so do you say, are you giving up on what you've said? Because you always said that you thought Caleb Williams wasn't going to be a good quarterback. Are you ready to say that you may have been a little wrong there, that Caleb Williams is better than you thought? Or are you still under the thing that he's not that great? 'Cause I think he shows flashes of being pretty good.
He shows flashes, and I never said he wouldn't be good. I said he wasn't Mahomes level, like they kept saying. Like they kept being like, he's the next Patrick Mahomes.
Dude, they think that's all they want
Right.
to say. That was Jaden Daniels.
That's overshot. Caleb's okay. Like I think he's going to be probably the next 10 years or so. He's going to be a mention in the top 7 quarterbacks probably.
You think
And
he'll
that's-
ever get to like a Joe Burrow type, or because Burrow's he's never won nothing, but like he's always considered a top elite, top 3, top 4. Even Josh
Yeah.
Allen,
Dude,
he really
hey,
won
look.
nothing.
I like Joe Burrow. I think he's a funny guy. I do.
He cracks me up a little bit.
Yeah.
I've actually changed course on Joe Burrow. I hated him when he came in the league, and now I think he's kind of funny.
I never hated him. I hate the Bengals fans.
He bought
And
his offensive line dinosaur bones.
yeah, well,
For
here's
Christmas. How
the thing
funny
though.
is that?
But here, the conversation that people need to be having right now, as much as, I like Joe Burrow. I think he's a funny guy, and I think he is a good quarterback. But the conversation that he's not the top tier, like everybody keeps saying, is very much in play. This guy is out there with 2 wide receiver ones his entire career, and the most he could do was lose in the Super Bowl, and that's because the Chiefs had to have an epic
Yeah.
collapse in the
will
AFC Championship
say,
game.
They've not really given him a good defense. They've never really given him a good
Yeah,
offensive
it's
line.
true. That's great. But look at Patrick Mahomes. We've talked about all
That's
year
true.
the way they've abandoned him and gave him crappy offensive lines, patchwork
you
offensive
think-
lines,
Do you think
patchwork
if,
receivers.
let me ask you this. Do you think if Andy came to the Chiefs, had Alex Smith for a few years, And then Patrick Mahomes decided he wanted to play baseball and he didn't want to play football. And we drafted Burrow. Do you think Andy would have took Burrow in this offense and won a championship at any point?
No.
You don't think Joe Burrow would have won a championship with Andy Reid and the Chiefs?
No.
I absolutely think he may have.
No.
I would take Burrow over Josh Allen, I think.
Yeah. But no. I don't think
I
either
don't
of
know
those.
why, but I would.
Look, brother.
I think that's just how much I dislike Josh Allen.
There's not another quarterback in this league that would have took Andy Reid and won 3 Super Bowls.
Oh, no. I don't think anybody would have won 3, but I'm just saying
I don't know if there's a quarterback in the league that would have came to Andy Reid and won a Super Bowl. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I never saw Andy do it before Patrick Mahomes. I saw him screw some up.
You hate Andy.
I don't hate Andy. I love Andy. I love
you
Big
want to
Red.
fist fight Andy.
I love Big Red.
You want to fist fight him in the middle of
Mike, I'm always
Main
defending his
Street.
fat butt to you all the time, man. Come on.
I know. I'm over here trying to fire him.
Always. Trying to fire Big Red. Oh, well, guys, it looks like the Chargers are charging. What's that score looking like? Chargers and Patriots. What are we looking like? 16-3 with 8 minutes to go. The Chargers have officially charged, ladies and gentlemen. The New England Patriots have the ball, too. So this one's
they'll
a wrap.
score here.
This one's a wrap.
I mean, yeah, they're already
Look,
2
bro.
scores up.
It's hard to continue to do. It's like, remember when the Patriots got caught cheating with Spygate and it was hard for them to win after that? It's kind of the same with Jim Harbaugh. Once you get caught cheating and everyone knows you're a cheater, you get watched a little more and you're not as good as people think you are.
Does this speak more about Mike Vrabel? Like, why did the Titans get rid of Mike Vrabel? You kind of wonder that.
I think Vrabel's a good coach, but I don't think he could prove me wrong this year. I don't think Vrabel is a Super Bowl winning coach.
But he was able to turn it around pretty quick.
Well, I mean,
I think he runs a tight ship. There's something about Mike Vrabel that works.
That's the thing. I feel like Vrabel is a guy that's always going to have his team competitive. The Titans played in the playoffs quite a few times.
Yeah.
They even won some games.
Yeah,
Hell, they beat us with
our
Marcus
ass a few
Mariota.
times. Yeah.
But I think what Vrabel does is he's like that stabilizer. He's like
Was
somebody that
Vrabel-
can come in,
Was he
get your
coaching
team.
with Mariota that time?
I think so. That was after Butt Munchak. And who else was it? I can't remember.
Name all
I'm pretty sure
stupid
Vrabel was
coaches.
the coach then. I could be
You
wrong.
talking about
Correct me if I'm wrong. What? Mike Munchak?
was he really a coach there?
Yeah, Butt Munchak. Remember Tyrone?
I'm thinking of the guy that had the sweet stash that coached Steve McNair.
Talking
Jeff
about Fisher?
I'm thinking of Fisher.
Do you
God,
remember,
I feel like Fisher was there for years.
We have a Titans fan, family friend. His name's Tyrone, and we would go to the Tennessee Titans games every time the Titans would play the Chiefs in Nashville. We'd all ride down together and watch. And he would get so mad. He was the biggest. He hated Mike Munchak. He would always protest Butt Munchak every time he was there.
Do you remember the game we went to? We just kept intercepting them constantly. Like we were walking away. Like
Tyrone
it was
hated
so
his
bad
life.
we left, and like we heard Greg Wesley intercept a ball at the very end
Yeah,
of the game,
yeah.
and he just got so mad.
It was like 3 degrees outside. We were up at the top. We were actually sitting in front of the booth that had John Madden in it. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
John Madden was calling the game, and we were right in front of him. And Tyrone was sitting up there freezing to death, and they were getting their ass beat. So he just like covered his whole face except for like this much of his eyes, and just tried to take a nap.
Dude, it was cold up there.
Yeah.
We were sitting next to
Wind
Chris
was
Rock.
ripping.
Remember that guy that like sounded just like Chris Rock?
That was a fun experience. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was
Hey,
a good time.
Mike, we got a 10 bomb from our boy JB. JB killing the game tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out JB in the chat for being a legend. If you're a member, which Brian Parrott rightfully pointed out earlier, that it only costs 17 cents a day to be a member. 17 cents a day.
I mean, I could probably find 17 cents just sitting around.
Come on, guys, be a member.
I think I
Join at
found it.
allchiefedup.com. But either way, if you're a member, you have this emoji that says a legendary. I want you to put that in the chat for JB right now for being a freaking legend. He says Caleb threw a pass last night that was Mahomes like just one.
Oh, yeah.
Rolling out, running on his, to his left, threw across his body and dropped a 25-yard dime. He can do that. He can do that. I think that was what was drawing the comparisons to college, but You know, there's some guys that can do Patrick Mahomes-esque things. I don't think there's anyone that can be Patrick Mahomes. Like, you're not going to see another Patrick Mahomes.
Right, like Dylan Raiola. I mean, he's got it down to the end zone jump. This guy, look, Dylan Raiola is trying to transfer to the Oregon Ducks because Patrick Mahomes lost a bet to Jeffrey Boston, had to put on an Oregon Ducks jersey for 5 minutes.
So he tried to transfer.
And Raiola's like, let's go to Oregon then. Like, what's wrong with that guy?
Mike, it's kind of like Michael Jordan in the NBA, right? Like Michael Jordan, once he got in there and he started whooping ass, everybody wanted to play like Michael Jordan. They wanted to be like Michael Jordan. So there was a lot of guys that come in, like Vince Carter and some guys like that were like, ooh, he's like a lot like Michael Jordan. That's the same deal. Patrick Mahomes came in, took the league by storm, whooped ass at an ass whooping level that no one had ever seen. And changed the game somewhat. And then everybody tried to mold themselves after Patrick Mahomes. The generations behind him were like, I want to be like that. So you had these guys that were similar, but they just could never be Michael Jordan. Yeah. They didn't have that dog in them. They didn't have that, they just didn't have it. And that's what you see right now with all these young quarterbacks. And that's what I think. So I didn't think Caleb Williams would be bad. I just don't think, I didn't think he's going to be like that, but we'll see. You never know.
Cheapers said for only 17 cents a month, you can feed 2 podcasters. For 17 cents a day, you can feed 2 podcasters.
Yeah. Help us and our families eat food, guys. Groceries are expensive.
17 cents a day. What are you buying for that? Can you buy ramen these days for 17 cents?
Brother, I have I try to feed the family here, and you can. What's the most poor people meal you can scrap together?
From like Kentucky, like something we would grow up.
Nah, just in general. Like if you're going to try to cook the cheapest meal you can get.
Okay, let me think.
Like you're going to the grocery store and you're like, I'm going to throw this meal together for a family of 6.
There's 3 things I can come
let's
up with.
Let's just say on average we have 6 people here. Sometimes it's 7. So it's like. Right.
So you're feeding armies.
Yeah. What can you? What's the poor people?
If I was going to cook for you cheap, I would say an option would be chili, because you can make a big pot of that. Spaghetti would be another one.
Tacos.
And then I think another would be but I was going to go off the wall a little bit. And I was going to give you a Southern classic, hamburger helper. That could be a good one.
Okay, so check this out. There is no meal in 2026, year of our Lord.
No way.
That I can feed this family for dinner that doesn't cost me at least $50.
No way. Look, can I go to the store?
$50.
Are you guys all finished? Bro. Are you guys over COVID already? Has it hit everybody in the house and ran through y'all yet, or are y'all just waiting on getting it? Which one is it?
I think it was just out to get her, I guess. I don't know.
How is she the only one?
I don't know. Because they don't even know what it is. So they, like maybe it's not as contagious as they once thought.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I'm glad that you all avoided it. I'm going to go to Walmart. I'm going to buy dinner for 7 people for $25, and I'm going to cook it for you to prove it.
You can't do it. You can't do it. If you do, it's going to be ass. I'm not eating it.
There's no way.
There's no way. Dude, you can't. Name me one protein you can buy enough for 7 people that's going to cost you less than that. Good luck. Chicken's probably your cheapest, and it's not happening.
Chicken, I can do chicken.
Chiefs Fitted, you cannot do it for $15. I promise you.
Oh, this is like the game where it's like, I can name that song in 2 notes.
Dude, it's impossible. I'm telling you guys, it's impossible.
Hey, I can feed you guys for $10. We're getting those.
You also have to be reasonable. Like, he said hot dogs. You think I'm going to feed the family hot dogs for every dinner? What are we trying to kill everybody?
No, look, you can have hot dogs 1 day a week. You can get that canned chili and make it a chili dog too.
Okay.
Write Joe Burrow and see if he can send you a can of Skyline chili to put on it.
Bro, I'm telling you, $50 is that mark.
Kids are hard to feed these days anyway because they won't eat things.
That's just for dinner.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, kids don't like to eat stuff.
Kids don't eat anything except for chicken nuggets, and they don't even eat those. They just like saying they want chicken nuggets, and then they don't eat them.
So you should be able to feed the family cheap then. Just get those kids like a thing of Jell-O. Feed those kids Jell-O.
Mike, if you had kids, they would be so malnourished.
Yeah, Jell-O and ramen noodles.
Well,
it's like, bro,
I was trying to be cheap, so I gave them some.
Well, you just said they don't eat.
Some snack bags for dinner.
They don't eat, so it doesn't
They
matter what
eat.
I can give them a steak dinner and they ain't gonna eat it.
They eat. I was just making fun of kids for always wanting chicken nuggets. But,
No, kids really don't like to eat though. They'll go through phases where they just won't eat anything but junk.
No, I'm being dead serious. You think I'm lying right now?
Don't shop at Publix. Don't
Look,
shop
man,
at Publix.
I'm being dead serious. I'm not even exaggerating. $50 is about that minimum mark. You
See,
might
I'm
be able
gonna
to pull
do it.
40 something out of your butt.
I'm gonna do
but
it for 25.
Mm-mm.
What do you want? You tell me
can't.
what you would like to eat, and I'll
Mike,
make it
I don't
happen for
care.
25.
You can go make the meal up yourself, and if it's not Vienna sausages and Cheetos, then it's going to be more than $50 for 7 people.
I'm just trying to think. There has to be
It's
something. 'Cause
impossible.
Even spaghetti, like that's pretty cheap.
Yeah, okay. So how much ground beef do you need for 7 people?
Like a pound.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Well,
You're wild.
A bunch of meat eaters. So what we're doing?
1 pound for 7 people?
Oh yeah, 1 pound. Come on. In the
What?
Great Depression, you'd make 1 pound go for weeks.
You're out of control. You're using at least 2, maybe 3.
What?
2 though,
3
for real.
pounds?
Well, it's 2, but I would say 3 sometimes. But here's the thing: the cheapest way you can get it is a 3-pound thing.
In those
You can't-
rolls.
right? So you get a 3-pound. You're already spending $20. So
Oh,
good luck
yeah.
with the rest,
If
buddy.
you buy the roll, you've already went that hard.
That's what I'm telling you. I know from experience. We are out in the weeds right now, brother. We're out in the weeds, but all because of Chief for saying 17 cents a day.
This is funny.
Feeds
Ron
two
says
podcasters.
5. He says 3 things that are guaranteed: taxes, death, and the Chargers are going to charge her. That's true.
100%. Man, I feel bad for Uncle Jerry.
Yeah, he's a Charger fan. We told Uncle Jerry at Christmas that we would root for the Chargers for him so he could see a Super Bowl in his lifetime. I don't know if he's going to see it.
No.
Chargers suck.
Well, actually, what we told him was we hope that the Colts snuck into the playoffs and Phillips Rivers put them out.
Phillip Rivers beat him.
Yeah.
Hey, we're crappy nephews. That's what I'll say first.
Why do we have such weird ties to the Chargers?
I
Do you
don't
remember
know.
when I dated the defensive coordinator's niece?
Yeah. Who was the coordinator? I forgot his name. Steve?
Lindsay? Something
Steve
Lindsay.
Lindsay or something like that?
No.
Dale
was it-
Lindsay.
Was it Dale Lindsay?
I think it might have been Dale Lindsay.
Let me look him up.
Was he a coordinator or was he just a coach?
He was the defensive coordinator for the Chargers when I was dating his.
It was back in like what, 2002? 2001?
I don't know. Let me find out.
I think it might have been Dale. I feel like it's Dale.
Probably help if I could spell. As a linebackers coach and later the defensive coordinator for the Chargers, Dale Lindsay
Boom.
helped guide the team to multiple playoff appearances, including a trip to Super Bowl 29 following the 94 season. In 2009, Lindsay returned to the college ranks, joining the University of San Diego's linebackers coach. And guess what? He's in the Kentucky Pro Football Hall of Fame. He also played for the Cleveland Browns.
There you go.
Yeah, and just a fun fact about that. So I dated his niece, and his whole family cheered for everyone that played against the Chargers. They wanted him to lose every
They
game.
hated him.
Yeah, because he was rich and lived in San Diego and always buying like $10,000 palm trees and shit. And they were all like, "I hate Dale." So they would be cheered for whoever
What are
was
we
playing the
talking
Chargers.
about right
I
now?
don't know. That's a good story,
Dude.
though.
We got so far in the weeds, we started talking about you dating Dale Lindsay's niece.
That was a funny time, right?
Dude, what a time to be alive right there.
Weird stuff. I was just saying, we always have weird connections to the Chargers. Like, why's our uncle a Chargers fan?
She worked at Winn-Dixie. Do you remember that?
Who?
Do you remember Winn-Dixie?
Oh, you talking? I thought you were talking about her uncle, and you said she works at Winn-Dixie. I'm done with it. Well, guys, we are way out there. Appreciate all the support tonight, by the way. Shout out you guys that gifted out the memberships and all the super chats. You guys are awesome. We'll be back live tomorrow, probably during the day, daytime live stream. We're going to talk about some draft stuff, ladies and gentlemen. So if you'd like to get talking about the draft tomorrow, get on over here during the day, probably about 1 p.m. Eastern time, 12 p.m. Central, sometime, maybe give or take, depending on what my schedule looks like tomorrow. But we'll be on. We'll talk about the draft and everything. So come hang out with us. Shout out Zarda for sponsoring tonight's live stream. You guys hit that like button on the way out if you haven't. Shout out JB for another freaking 10 bombs. This is great content, fellas. JB, we're going to do our best, brother. We're going to do our best. We'll give it the good old college try.
We'll give the college try. You might have to hear stories about dating nieces from defensive coordinators, but
maybe
is what it is.
But we appreciate your support for real. It means a lot to us. Hit that like button on the way out if you haven't, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We're trying to get to 60,000 before this next season kicks off.
I think we're going to hit that,
so
Steve. I think
we're at 52,000 now. Let's get to the 60,000 because ultimately, a big channel goal for us when we first got started and once it started taking off, we're like, let's do this. We want to get to 100K. So I mean, getting to 60 before the season, that puts us on a good pace,
Yeah,
I think so. I think we can do it. But yeah, shout us out to your friends and family, all the Chiefs fans and all that stuff. And that way we can do it. Let's grow together, baby. The #1 independent Chiefs channel on YouTube right now. Let's keep it growing. We don't have nobody telling us what to do. We're not buddy with YouTube creators of every other team in the NFL all getting together and having powwows.
No, we hate them all. No,
yeah. We don't have management. What's the management?
Hey, we need to get Bro Schmo on here and talk about the draft sometime soon.
I think we will. He has good draft coverage.
Like him.
He always does. Yeah, for sure. Guys, appreciate y'all. We'll see you next time. Go Chiefs.
Wow.